Hi, I just wanted to try to put some perspective. I don't think that we need to beat ourselves as to why the balance of the genres in our industry is a bit unbalanced, because I have a family working in haute couture, and I promise you, only if you're a woman and you're gay, work in the fashion industry. I promise you, you want to get a boyfriend in Vogue, you're doomed. There's no real man. So, you know, I think that that's a lot more crude than in our world, but I find that in any industry that you get into, if the workplace has been monopolized for years and generations because the men go out and work and you stay home, but then as women get into that work chain, many sectors suffer this imbalance. I spent 10 years in the financial industry, and when we went to raise money, me and my CTO, of course I was the girl, and everybody was looking at him, and he was waxing lyrical on the technology. And when I would start talking, then the Goldman Sachs hat was on my head, and everyone thought, who's this bitch? She really knows. So, you know, I think that everyone in the room knows that when they look for talent, they're gonna hire the best person. I meet with a lot of startups in Europe and everywhere, and I see a lot of women. And if we need more women to get excited about code, it's going to get a bit of time, but that's all. I wouldn't kill ourselves with this.
Yeah. Okay, so right over here.
Okay, let's get some more points from the audience, and then we're going to break for lunch.
Yeah, this might be a bit out of tune. We're talking different geographies here. Like in India, we have seen the IT sector boom, what that has brought to women empowerment in the cities and so on. You wouldn't be having this kind of a conversation in India today, where women in technology is a big thing. I mean, I've worked for quite a few such companies, and half the team is women.
What do you think that you guys are doing that we're not?
Well, it's just that the education system has been such that women have been encouraged to actually go into, because it's a much, for parents, it seems like they actually consider environments where women are sitting in front of the computer, they're in a much more safer environment rather than being mechanical engineering or civil engineering and so on. So, you know, that is the biggest thing.
Thank you. Yeah, who had a mic back here in the back?
Yes, thank
It's
you.
over here, guys.
Dwight Cribb.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry, my name
Okay,
is
it's okay, go ahead,
Okay,
go
my
ahead.
name is
Yeah.
Dwight Cribb. I'm from Hamburg. I run an executive search firm for startups, and I'm invested in 5 startups. Sorry. What we're seeing is that we're hiring a lot of women into startups in round 2, so when they reach about 40 people into very senior roles. Now, the question I'd like to ask is whether it's maybe in the early stages of a startup, the psychological makeup that's needed, the sort of locker room attitude, the single-mindedness, the aggression, whether that might be something that a lot of women aren't comfortable with, to get into a group who are not willing to actually consider failure, who think that their product, their service is the best, it's the one that's going to really succeed, or whether women are more comfortable actually taking a step back and saying, well, there is room for failure there are others that could be better, it's a more balanced approach. That's sort of what we're seeing, is that in the early stages, it's often this sort of real testosterone-driven team that will get the startup going. And then in phase 2, when you need more balanced management, that's when we bring women in. Have others observed this?
It could be all that testosterone that's putting people off from participating.
Yeah, no, it's causing the baldness as well.
Okay, yes.
Hi, I'm Bindi Korea, working with Microsoft. I think, just listening to this discussion, I really think it is about us as females in tech mentoring the kids or the young ladies in schools. I really think that's where we need to begin. And I can only talk about an initiative that we do, you know, internally at our company, where we do host 200 to 300 school-aged girls once a quarter, and it's called Girls in Tech, and we'll actually talk to them about why it's cool to work in technology. We'll have, you know, females, we'll have males, we'll have everyone really mentoring these young girls about actually why don't you choose technology as a career, and here's what you can do. So I really do think it's up to us as females to mentor the younger generation.
Can we talk later, get involved in that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Can I just make a point?
Where's the...
Sorry.
Oh, there you are, hi.
Yeah. Isn't it the fact that we're startups, there are no rules, we write the rules, and why aren't we just, forget the research, just get on with it? Why don't we're startups, we write the rules, right? Be disruptive, let's just get on with it and bring more women in if they're the right people, and just get on with it. Yeah?
I think that's part of the good thing about panels like this, is that we're in a really wonderful place with technology. I mean, you know, finance is so ingrained in the culture that there is a you know, boys thing, as a couple of women here have said today. Things like that. You know, technology is a new business, really. I mean, it's quite a fresh place, and I think you're exactly right. You know, I think if we want to be a more inclusive scene, we just have to be a little bit more inclusive when the opportunity comes, you know. When you meet someone good, then great.
I think I did not research any of you when I was doing my research, because that 40% of people said that they would actually lose some sleep over employing a woman just because she might go on maternity leave. So I'm not quite sure whether this is a completely different sample, or is it the people who come to conferences just feel so much stronger about equality and so on. But believe me, there are people out there who are in the industry who are still concerned about this.
There's some interesting, actually, yes, the power of Twitter and all that. When I was at school, they had to talk about positive discrimination, and Lynn Featherstone, this MP, came in and talked to us. And yesterday I remembered she was on Twitter, and I went to look for her on Twitter, and she twittered saying she's at the top of my road talking. So I walked up there and had a chat with her about it, and she said that one thing that the government's trying to bring in, and Labour and Lib Dems are working together on this, is the no-name application forms. So, yeah, when you get to stage 2, when it's personality-driven anyway, when it's about the chemistry, you know who you got in front of you. But across the board, having a situation where, you know, you don't know if the person you might be employing is, you know, sounds Muslim, sounds female, you know, sounds fat.
Sorry to cut you off.
Guys, everybody, I'm so sorry. We're going to literally, please just say one sentence, and then we've got to go to lunch. Otherwise, the whole conference is completely shot to pieces. Okay. One sentence.
Okay, James Garner, computerwiki.com. We've done loads of coverage of this particular topic, and I can assure you it's a fact. Women are underrepresented in the technology sector.
Thank you.
Next
point.
Why do we need more women in tech?
Just wanted to say it's been a very interesting discussion. Just again, I agree with a lot of the things about education and the fact that the building blocks are tech. What you can do with it, that's where people need to be informed.
Thank you. One more point.
Quick question at the back here. Why do we need more women in tech?
Oh,
shut up, Nick.
Okay, one more point here.
Start with more, Nick.
Last point from... Oh, no, we shouldn't have a last point from a man, should we? Oh, anyway, okay, one more.
Last year I worked in a school, technology school for girls, for a young enterprise, and they ended up making skirts, and that was the fault of the teacher. I think you're right on the education fault. It is just driving that point forwards and making sure that people think it's the right way forward.
Thank you.
I think...
Okay, so, yeah, we didn't come up with any solutions, because obviously that was silly of me to assume that we could have solutions when we can't even agree that there's a problem. So, thank you all. Thank you, panelists.
And a hand for the guy.
Yeah, thanks.
Well done. Paul Walsh, where are you?
Thank you, Paul Walsh.